So a day's passed since I did the last two happiness YouTube offerings, and it's a really pretty sunny day. And boy, if my happiness was contingent on a pretty sunny day, there would be no stopping my happiness today. But guess what? There's no stopping my happiness any day. So I was thinking, and the thing I didn't talk about before, and this is sort of a third parter to happiness, but I think it might be a standalone offering also, is about habits. And I don't know, have you ever tried to lose weight, or have you ever tried to quit smoking, or start exercising, or so what you're doing is you're changing habits. You're making an effort to change habits that got you to the point where you don't want to be anymore. And if you answer yes to any of those questions, changing habits is sort of a hard thing to do. I think, personally, I think the biggest thing about changing habits is awareness that it is a habit. We go on autopilot and we do things out of habit. That's what habits are. They're things we do in autopilot when we're not thinking. And I think because of that, what you must do is be keenly aware of what you're doing. If you want to change what you're doing, you need to be keenly aware of it. If every time you sit in front of the TV, you have to eat something, be aware of that. Change the situation, tweak it, or at least be aware of it. Or eat carrot sticks or something, that is healthier and still gives you that sensation. Or better yet, gradually just change the habit. Be aware of it and know that your mind is so powerful. It just as it made that habit, it can change that habit. I think of habits this way. I think of rivers in your mind. These rivers in your mind, and they get carved deeper and deeper and deeper when you do the same thing over and over and over again. Each time you do it, it carves it deeper and deeper. So the easiest thing for you to do is to fall in that river again, because it's already established and it's easy. And we as humans kind of oftentimes choose the path of least resistance. We kind of a lot of times do the easiest thing, and that's the thing we've always done. The easiest thing to do, right or wrong, good or bad, is the thing we've always done. So I think it's no different than choosing happiness. I think sometimes we make other decisions. We feel we're not worthy, or we just, it's not been so happy, and we think it's our lot in life. And if you think that, yeah, that's exactly what it will be. But if you decide you have more awareness of yourself and your being, and you want to choose something else, you can break that habit. You can start new rivers. And I think of it as, it's like you've got this big deep river, this deep path that you just keep wanting to fall into because it's easy, and then the current just takes you away, and there you are doing your same old thing over and over again, good or bad, right or wrong. If you think of it as chipping away at that, and kind of shooting off tributaries that are different than that, pretty soon there's enough different little tiny rivers, little streams off of it, and pretty soon that river isn't running so deep and so rapidly and so easily anymore. Pretty soon you create new options for yourself. And I think the only way, for me anyway, the only way I see that happening is through awareness. Just, being keenly aware that you are responsible for your own self. You started a little trickle of a river. You kept feeding it, and it got deeper and deeper and thicker and easier to do. And you did it. Maybe other people supported that bad habit. Likely so, because we tend to want to be around people that are doing the same thing we're doing, because then it kind of makes it seem right. If you're much of a drinker, you probably don't like being around people who don't drink. Yeah, it's just not as comfortable. It's most comfortable to be around like beings. I don't want to be around anybody like me. Yuck. I mean, I have enough time being around my own self. I want to be around people who are doing different things, who think differently than I do. but I want to be around people who think. And there's the key, who have awareness. And through that, we learn different things. So I'm maybe not like people you're hanging around with right now, maybe. Um, so if you're hanging around me and listening to some of these things, I hope anyway, you get a different perspective, because I hope you're hearing something different than maybe you're hearing every day. Maybe not. Maybe everybody's yapping about the same stuff I'm yapping about. I don't know that. I only know what I'm yapping about. And what I'm yapping about today, it's all tied in, is happiness and those rivers of choice for unhappiness or happiness. And the biggest thing again is awareness and to know it's your choice. So it's a hard uh, thing to hear, maybe, because it's easiest really to blame somebody else, because then if you're not happy, it's not on you. And there's a big flaw in that. Big flaw. You've given up a freedom. You've given up your choice to be happy, and that's all on you. That's 100% on you. No matter what happens, whatever befalls you, whatever horrible thing befalls you. And I know I had a horrible thing happen to me. Horrible thing out of my control. And, but it was and is my decision how I carry on. If God gives me another day and I wake up, it's my decision what I make of that day. And if I wake up, my life is still in the making, just as your life is still in the making. If you're gifted another day, your life is still in the making. So you decide. You take charge and say, what do I want my life to be? Do I want to keep those rivers going that I have already imprinted, that I've created in my own mind? Or do I want to tweak them a little because I think life could be a little better in some areas? Do I want to tweak them a lot? It's your choice. That's the deal. It's your choice. It's nobody else's. And unless and until you can accept that and understand that, you're going to stay stuck in unhappiness. I wrote a little book called Traveling Home to Happiness, and all this stuff is basically in the book. It's not hard. And if you're happy and your life is grand, and you feel like every day is a new gift, and everything is good, you maybe ought to be doing that. You ought to be on this side of doing this YouTube video, because I think we should all share the goodness we know for those who care to listen. And if you're listening, thank you. I hope, if you take just one little thing and it gives you a happier day for a moment, or it helps you to change your life, man, oh man, would I just be so, talk about happiness. That would just be the bonus situation for me. That would just so be the bonus situation for me. My husband and I didn't have kids, and so I always think of what will my legacy be when I'm gone? And if one person can stand and say, Julie Whitlatch changed me in this one little way. She said one thing that just caught my attention, and I heard it, and it changed me in one way. My life will be worthwhile. That you, that person who maybe I helped in some little tiny way, you will be my legacy. You will live on for me. You kind soul who dared listen to my yammering, and more importantly, dared implement it in your life. So I thank you again for listening. I love you, and I just wish your rivers to flow in the way you want them to flow, because that's what they're doing now. You're choosing it. You must want it. Nobody else. So thank you again, and I love you, and I'll be yapping at you again. Bye.